the people that were out there, men, they're having a few tears, trying not to let it show, and the women were going through their tissues. It really hit home. He hit the spot with everybody in that audience.
So when the water went out, people had no idea what was going on. And what it did was draw all these people down to the water's edge to see what was happening. The ties from the local fishing village at Cowlap ran out onto the sand flats to collect the fish that had been left. 10 minutes after this water going out, it came back in. And when it came back in, it was a wall of water that was 10 metres high. Now, when we have a hard day working in this environment, as we inevitably do, you have to understand why you do what you do. And for me, it's represented by this little guy on the screen. His name's Alexander, he's 15 months old. As a dad, every day that little guy spends frozen in a body bag is too long.
I really liked the explicitness of Peter's talk in that we have to have a plan and we have to have systems and we have to know what we're doing and we have to make it work on the ground and we have to then maintain that energy and enthusiasm when it gets to that third phase that everybody's starting to flag. Leaders need to know how to inject that energy again and to keep it rolling, and to do great achievements you need to have great plans, and I just found it totally inspirational.
He said, I was down on the beach with my wife. He said, we saw that wall of water coming. He said, so we held hands and we ran as fast as we could away from the water. He said, it caught up to us and it knocked us over. And he said, we held on for just as long as we could until the force of the water separated us. He said, I looked into her eyes as she went under the water for the last time. Well, his wife died that day. So I contacted the German liaison officer and I set up this meeting, sent them on their way, and they had this meeting. 2 nights later, I saw the German LO at a social function. She said to me, Baines, you know that couple you spent that time with? I said, yep. She said, they absolutely love you. I said, beautiful, tell me the story. She said, well, what happened is when they arrived in Thailand, they went to the German team and the person they spoke to just sent them straight down to us. Now, I thought about this retrospectively and I thought what happened here was the person they spoke to forgot what we're in business for. You see, we weren't over there to identify bodies. We were over there to provide answers to families. And this guy forgot that.
Leadership does matter, and yes, what Peter's talking about is creating that deep pool of leadership. So people at different situations require a different kind of thinking, a different chance to step up. And it's really about stepping up in life, and that every one of us, no matter what our position is, we are that leader, and our leadership to each other matters.